friends, welcome to Bookish Bliss, our virtual book club. Every week we will dig into a section of chapters in our favorite books. Let's get started.
Hey book besties, and welcome back to Bookish Bliss for episode 107. We have a lot to discuss today.
We are continuing our journey through Sarah J. Maas's Kingdom of Ash, and this week it is all about chapters 94 to 109. So you don't have to read the entire book, but you do need to be caught up on the chapters we're covering because we are going full spoiler mode.
I feel like I always mouth it, and I'm like, I'm going to say it tonight.
Just say it. Amanda, darling, what are you drinking tonight?
Well, darling, I got tropical smoothie for dinner, so I'm drinking the rest of my peanut butter chocolate protein shake.
Nice.
And then I have my ginger lime mule, you know, the usual for when that's done.
So good, the ginger lime mule. I was
It
at
is.
Amanda's house on Sunday, and I was like, I'm stealing all your ginger. I had like 3.
Yeah, me too. We almost drank the whole case.
I was like,
Actually, we drank half the case.
we finished a case, and then we opened the new one.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't let me drink another one after this.
I could never say no to you, though.
I was like,
What's
do
mine
not.
is yours.
You have to smack down.
I just realized I never paid you for the dinner for Domino's.
Whatever, just buy dinner next time.
Okay. Don't let me forget, because I will.
won't. I wouldn't even say like you pay this time. You'll just be like, okay.
True.
I feel like we're not the type of friends like, you owe me $1.62.
No, I hate those kinds of people.
I'm like, what is mine is yours, darling, at this point.
Literally, like, I got you, you got me.
Yeah.
All right, love
We're
that.
a happy family.
We are on piss and vinegar tonight.
Literally. Somebody stop us. But who's going at nobody?
Nobody, darling. And what an episode we have. But
I
first,
know.
tell us what you're drinking.
Oh, obviously a bubbly.
Obviously.
Obviously. So cheers to episode 107 of Bookish Bliss and part 7 of Kingdom of Ash.
Cheers,
Crazy.
darling.
Cheers.
Oh,
Cheers,
Oreo's here
Oreo.
for the cheers.
Why did I drink that backwards? I was like, oh, on another level tonight.
Yeah. Oreo's like, what are you crazy bitches doing?
Amanda, what is your bookish news?
What is my bookish news? What have I read?
ACOTAR.
Oh, yeah. I've read ACOTAR for my reread in preparation for the upcoming books.
Yeah, the new book's coming out.
Yes. What else did I read? I finished The Night Prince, which we're meeting about on Sunday.
Yes, join our Discord. I just put a post up.
Hell yeah. And I think that's it. Oh, I'm reading Shield of Sparrows. I'm like almost halfway through. I'm obsessed. I wanted to listen to it again before I started the new one because I hear it's really good and I didn't remember shit.
Yeah.
But that's my bookish news, darling. What's yours?
Well, I finished nothing again, obviously, but I am currently in the middle of multiple books. So let's just get the laydown. I am still trying to fucking finish The Wolf King, and I'm
Bitch.
really struggling. I probably will not be ready for The Night Prince. I'm just going to be honest.
Unbelievable.
I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to do my very, very best, but I ran out of audiobook minutes on Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't have these books on Libby, so I've had to read it, and I just have not had time. So what I have done this week is I've read up to chapter 50 of The Wolf King, so I'll definitely have that done either tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then I started listening to ACOTAR again.
Yay.
And I started listening to Rights of the Starling.
Yay.
So I'm just kind of like in the middle of too many things, and I just need to fucking focus and finish one thing at a time. But I just can't do that because I'm crazy.
You are living on the edge these days.
Also, I don't want to like knock over my little stand of how I had it, but I got this book from Book of the Month. Hold on.
Molka?
Yes. So it's like a horror, and it's about, it says, he has a taste of voyeurism. She has a thirst for revenge. And it's like cameras, I think, society, people watching you. And I think it's like a horror book. And I'm actually really excited about it. And it's small. It looks small. So
Yeah.
I've been loving horror, not thriller, like actual horror.
Wow.
But I will be finishing this by tomorrow. I'm going to do it because I have, I think, about 100 pages left. So it's like literally right there.
Yeah.
I just don't
You're
know
right there.
why. I'm just like not in love with it. I like it.
I feel like that's like your mood overall, no matter what we're fucking reading lately.
Yeah.
Like, even if it's an amazing book. Like, when I tell you everyone in the book club raved about it, and most people were already like almost done with The Night Prince because they were obsessed.
Yeah. No, I don't get it. I don't like Callum. And I think that's my problem.
Yeah. But we're all Team Blake, so.
I do like Blake, but I can't stand the Callum scenes. I'm just like not into this like macho, I'm going to protect you even though you're annoying and I can stand on my own 2 feet kind of thing that he has going on. And it's just making it really hard for me to get through it.
Darling, to each their own.
I was like, I'd rather her bang James at this point than stay with Callum.
Jesus.
Not to spoil anything about the Wolf King.
Yeah.
But I actually do like everybody else in this book besides Callum.
Me too. Well, I like Callum, but I understand what you mean.
I feel like his character like really switched up. I thought I would really like him when this book started, and he had this like macho alpha male kind of thing going on, and now he's just kind of a sap, and that's just not what I'm looking for in my fictional men. And I was telling my boyfriend this earlier, and he's like, but I'm the biggest teddy bear, and you love all these men that are like morally black and are so crazy, and I will slit your throat. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't want that in real life. I want it in my fake books.
Who wants that in real life? Yeah, nobody wants that in real life.
But yeah, so that's my bookish news. I'm a fucking disaster, as always.
Oh,
but
darling.
My notes were done in time for a Tuesday recording.
They were. They fucking were.
I started them on Sunday. I had 3 chapters done on Sunday, and Amanda almost fucking fainted. So
literally. I was nervous there for a couple weeks. I was like, we need to revive Megan somehow.
I don't know what's wrong with me.
You need the sun. The sun, I was calling myself the solar bunny all day because I'm like, so much energy today, and I feel like it's because the sun was out again.
I did go for a nice long walk with Russ, and it was so nice to do that, and I did feel more energized. I know I was yawning when we first started the recording, but that's because I was sitting in the dark with like no lights on, and I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm just waiting for Amanda. And she's like, do you want to record right now or 8:30? It was like literally 8:16. I'm like 8:30 because I'm just sitting in the dark contemplating my life's existence and why I can't finish a fucking book. But yeah, that's my update.
We love you, darling. We're going to miss you on Sunday, though.
If I can finish, I will fucking be there. But I'm going to do my very, very best because my audiobook minutes are back on Spotify. So I'm not going to use them.
You should sign into my Everend. I have it on Everend.
Yeah.
Can you do
text
that?
you for the deets after.
Okay. Sounds good. Here we go, darling. Are you ready to discuss the most wildest section of Throne of Glass thus far?
Yes.
Then let's get started with the good stuff and break down Kingdom of Ash Part 7. Holy fucking shit. Insane. These first 5 chapters, is it?
Yeah,
6 chapters?
So. I think it's 5.
In fucking sanity.
Could be 6.
6, yeah.
Insane. I made actually when we finished recording last week, I made Amanda. It was like so late.
I was going to say, by the way, it was fucking midnight or like 11:30.
And I said, I have to see your face reading this and I can't wait another day. It has to be right now. And she's like, but she did it. She did it. And it was fucking worth it for me to see her fucking face drop during these first 6 chapters.
Insane. Did you feel like you were reading it for the first time again through my eyes?
I did, because I think that's also my problem with doing these rereads for me is like, it's exciting, but I think it's more exciting for me when I get to see you read it. So I don't know how we're going to have to do this for me to get through fucking books because I've already read Crescent City 1, 2, and 3. So I'm just going to have to stare at you while you're reading.
Literally, I'm going to be like, darling.
Stop staring at me.
You're scaring me. And she's like,
just waiting for her reaction.
So funny. I can't.
All right.
Starting with you tonight, darling.
And ending with you, darling.
Indeed. Next week's your double week.
Oh, yay.
She will definitely not be there on Sunday.
Chapter 94. Aelin and Dorian find themselves in the timeless, surreal space between worlds, a realm of swirling mist and countless doors made of elements like air, flame, glass, and gold. Each door leads to a different world, but the two of them remain fixed at the crossroads, bound to the task they came to complete. As they begin forming the lock, their magic pours out of them in streams of light, gathering into a growing sphere. They know this power will never return. Their magic is draining away permanently, leaving them like wells running dry. The pain intensifies as the lock demands more. Aelin struggles to hold on to her identity, reminding herself again and again that she is Aelin, even as the word gate's strange reality threatens to unravel her sense of self. With the keys inside of her, she and Dorian can sense every world at once, each only a thought away, but they remain focused on their purpose. Dorian is panting, barely holding on, and Aelin feels agony beyond anything she has ever endured. She tries to remember why she came here, why she escaped Maeve, and what she promised to do, but the pain and the creeping madness make her doubt she can survive this. She realizes she will not leave this place. There will be nothing left of her to return. The mist around them feels ready to swallow them whole. Dorian is suffering just as deeply, his magic being torn from him. Together they shape the lock into the reborn Eye of Elena, but the cost is unbearable. Aelin begins to scream, and Dorian tries to desperately stop the process, to pull back, but he cannot. He sees Aelin sobbing and knows the lock will soon take everything from them both. He wonders whether the gods will force them to watch Elena's soul be taken as well, and whether he will have any chance to keep the promise he made to Gavin. Just as his thoughts spiral into a frantic plea, stop, 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 a figure steps through one of the doors, a man of flesh and blood, Dorian's father.
Whoa.
Wow.
Fucking insanity.
Just jumping right in. The second they land in this crossroads between worlds, the lock is already ready to fucking form.
Mm-hmm.
Which is so strange because I would have thought that they would have to like think about it to start pouring their magic in, but it kind of just seems immediate the second they step into this space that the lock starts forming.
Yeah.
Unless they were like, let's just fucking go. And their arms are just like, whoosh.
Yeah. Well, she already has the keys in her arms too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's why?
Maybe.
Because once she has all the keys, then...
It opened up this crossroads, but I thought it was just interesting the second they get there. It's like they knew why they were there, or the crossroads knew, and it just started taking their power from them.
She's the lock, right?
They're making the lock.
With their power.
Yeah.
Okay.
She opened the word gate with the keys in her arm.
Okay,
but
yeah. Yeah, it must just be with the space then, right?
I guess.
Interesting.
Yeah. But it is no peachy times for them.
No, darling. No peachy times for them at all.
They are in a lot of pain giving up their magic, which I can assume is very painful when it will never replenish. It will never come back.
Yeah.
It is just gone going into this lock. And thinking that the two of them would be enough, just taking half and half, if only Aelin was supposed to go up there alone to form this lock. But it wasn't even enough. And it's like, would she have even have been able to do this on her own when she got there?
Literally. Who knows?
I don't know. It's so crazy. I feel like they should have known that, because when Mala did it, or when she was Elena's mom, she gave all of her power and it formed the Eye of Elena without needing anybody else. So
yeah.
And Aelin seems to have this like infinite amount of power. So it's interesting that it was taking everything from Dorian and Aelin, or if it's just a selfish, greedy thing. And no matter what, if you had 4 people up there, it would have taken everything.
Yeah, maybe. That sounds more like it, honestly.
Yeah.
Ruthless. These fucking gods and this whole fucking thing. I'm still mind blown.
Yes.
Even that the King of Adarlan shows up, I'm still mind blown about that.
Yeah. So Dorian's like, stop, stop, stop. And like the last stop is out loud. And it is a man's voice, a man who comes through one of the doors, and it's his daddy.
Yep.
Daddy, King of Adarlan, is here.
Yep. Fucking crazy. Chapter 95. Dorian was stunned to see his father appear before him, truly appear, with humanity and sorrow on his face. Aelin insisted the moment could not be stopped, while Dorian protested that his father shouldn't be there. But the former King of Adarlan asked, "Didn't you summon me?" Dorian hadn't. Damaris rested on his side, untouched. His father then revealed the truth. He had no name. Erwan had stolen it, wiped it from memory and history with an ancient spell used only once, binding him as the vowed king's most loyal servant. Neither Dorian nor Aelin could recall his name, and even the man himself no longer knew it. Dorian wanted to hate him, but the former king apologized, truly apologized, for everything. He begged them to let him finish this, to pay the debt he owed. Aelin argued he didn't have the magic required, though he too was Mal's heir, but he insisted he had just enough. Dorian, shaken, agreed to let him take his place. Before Dorian could fully understand what was happening, Aelin tore her hand from his and clasped the former king's instead. The choice was made. One of them had to rule. As the power surged, Dorian fell, roaring, while his father stepped forward to make the ultimate sacrifice in his stead.
Amanda was shooketh.
I was shooketh because, number one, and I said this to Megan earlier today, I cannot believe that the King of Adarlan never had a name. And I feel like I asked her in one episode, and maybe I'm wrong, but I swear I was like, what is the King of Adarlan's name? And Megan was just like, he's just the King of Adarlan. And I wish I thought more about that because, duh, nameless is my price. He's nameless. He doesn't have a fucking name. Aelin has 20 names. Like, of course it's not her. She legit has like every fucking name in the book. How did I ever think it was her?
It just cracks me up. You're like, wait, what is the King of Adarlan's name? I'm like, the King of Adarlan. You're like, okay.
Yeah, and I'm just like, oh, okay, that's what Megan says. But I wish I thought more about that. I really do. I mean, obviously
That was so long
Yeah,
ago,
it was
you asked. That
so
was like
long
a year ago.
Yeah, but also even since the King of Adarlan's been in the freaking book was so long ago.
Yeah, he died in Queen of Shadows.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That was still like
A while ago
almost
for us.
3 books ago.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That was months and months ago for us.
Months. I was just
Crazy.
shooketh. Shooketh was an understatement. And this is only the beginning of my shookethness.
That's why I had to watch your face through these first 6 chapters. I go, it's just 6 chapters. We can do it. And she's like, okay. Not that you
She's
can
like,
you didn't give me a hard time at
pages.
all.
I know, literally. I'm like, whatever.
You're
Let's
like,
do it.
okay, I'll call you back.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, let me go sit on my couch.
So funny.
Insanity, Megan.
Insanity.
That's the word of the night. I'll
Hold
probably have to edit it out 100 times.
Chapter 96. Rowan and Kale stand a vigil beside the motionless forms of Aelin and Dorian, who remain trapped in the unseen realm where the lock is being forged. After hours, Dorian suddenly collapses, gasping for air, while Aelin stays frozen in place, her hand no longer joined with his. When Dorian tries to reach her again, he finds the wound on her palm sealed, proof that she has shut him out. Rowan instantly understands. Aelin deceived them all. She had planned for this final sacrifice, knowing Rowan would have stopped her if she told him. Kale demands answers, helping Dorian to his feet, but Dorian is devastated. He throws Damaris aside and explains that the combined power of him and Aelin wasn't enough. The lock would have destroyed them both. Somehow the sword summoned his father, who stepped in to take Dorian's place. Once Dorian crossed beyond the word marks, he couldn't return. Rowan feels the mating bond thinning, fading. Dorian tells them that Aelin and his father are finishing the lock together. Rowan realizes that even without the king's arrival, Aelin would have let go of Dorian's hand to save him. She would have never sacrificed her friend, even at the cost of her own life. Kale quietly apologizes to Rowan, knowing he now has to watch Aelin die. Inside the word gate, Aelin continues forging the lock hand in hand with the King of Adarlan. He doesn't possess Dorian's immense power, but he has enough to complete the task. Aelin accepts this as the price for her decade of running, hiding, and selfishness. She believes Rowan will never forgive her. She needed him to let her go, because if he had begged her to stay, she wouldn't have been able to do what must be done. Before the end, the king delivers the final message from her parents. They are proud of her, they love her, and the debt is paid. And then his magic is gone into the lock and he is erased from existence. The lock seals and Aelin's magic disappears completely.
Wow.
Wow.
No longer a firebringer.
No longer anything.
Literally.
Her power is gone.
Oh, and the King of a Darling bringing up her family.
Yeah, the debt has been paid. And I think that's why she's still alive and not wiped from existence, because the debt has been paid by her parents, by him. Like, she's given enough that's why the debt has been paid.
Yeah.
Because obviously he disappeared when his power was gone, but she's still there.
Right.
Obviously, she needs to shut the door, not just create the lock. So maybe she would cease to exist after that, or be trapped in this other world. But for right now, she's still standing, at least without power, but she's still there.
Yep.
Now the gods are about to come in. Yeah, Rowan is devastated, and he's like, the final deceit, the final lie. Ugh, I can't even imagine that slap in the face, realizing she was not coming back.
And he literally can't do anything.
No, he can't even reach her.
I know. Poor fucking Rowan. What a whirlwind he's been through.
That man has been through so much in his many years of life. And Dorian's pissed for being kicked out, but she was going to kick you out anyway, bro.
Well, he agreed to it eventually, too, to let his dad take his place.
But I don't think he thought that she would kick him out of there, because he still wanted to negotiate for Elena's release as well, for Gavin.
Yeah.
And I think he would have stayed to help her shut the door. And I just think, yeah, he was allowing his dad to
step in, but not leave the...
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But she betrays him too to save his life, which Kale's like, oh, thank God my boyfriend's back. Like, I'm really sorry for your loss, but happy for me.
I got my boy, but my bad. Sorry for the loss.
Yeah. He's like, that's Aelin for you.
Literally. She's been doing that to me for a whole year.
Yeah.
Bye-bye, King of a Darling.
Bye. R.I.P. again.
Who has no name. I wonder, like, what it could have been. Earl. Or Carl.
Or Haviljard.
Actually, you know what? These fantasy books, they all have weird names.
Yeah.
It would be like Vincent Haviljard.
Ooh. I like Vincent. It's very noble.
Yeah.
George. No,
George.
It can't be George. George is noble, but not like fantasy noble.
Yeah.
Vincent,
but spelled weird. Like V-Y.
But yeah.
N-C.
Yeah. You're so right.
I should just write a fantasy book.
You should.
Not right. Me? No.
Yeah.
I'm way too logical. I'm not creative at all.
The most logical fantasy book you will ever read by Amanda DaCosta.
Literally. Yeah. Chapter 97. Aelin was nearly spent. No fire left, only a single droplet of water flickering inside her. Then 12 divine figures appeared, and the one with a voice like steel declared that the task was done and demanded she summon their worlds so that they could finally depart. Another god urged her to act immediately. When Aelin hesitated, a familiar voice cut through the air. Deanna. Aelin asked to make a bargain. One of the gods, warm and kingly, invited her to speak. Aelin offered a trade. Erewhon's soul for Elena's. Let Erewhon remain trapped in Aurelia and allow Elena's soul to stay in the afterworld with those she loved. Elena begged them not to accept, but Aelin insisted. Elena had bought her time to live, and she wanted to repay that debt. Deanna, however, had been waiting for this moment. She seized Elena's head and crushed her into nothing, declaring that the gods no longer make bargains with mortals. If Aelin wished to keep Erewhon, she could. Then Deanna stepped through the archway into her own world, leaving nothing of Elena behind, not even a soul to send to the afterworld. Unfucking believable. Here I am at the top of the roller coaster.
Yeah.
Actually, like, heading to the top. I'm like, oh, this is it. She's going to save Elena. She's going to be able to spend the afterworld with fucking Gavin. And then all of a sudden, Deanna's like, oh, I've been waiting for this moment. She's like, for 1,000 fucking years, I've been waiting for this moment.
Yep.
And she grabs her by the head and squishes her head until she's literally dust.
Yep.
In fucking insane.
Did Elena deserve it? Yes, but still sucks. Because now we have to keep Erewhon. Fuck.
Literally.
And Aelin has no power, and God knows what Dorian has. Well, it seems from, like, obviously from later chapters that he is fighting with power, but obviously it's not as strong as it was.
Yeah. I think, too, there has to be something left in her. There has to be.
There's not. You know that.
Well, she has this droplet of water.
Yeah.
There has to be something there.
I guess you'll have to wait and to find out next week.
Well, also, remember when Rowan used to be able to, like, give all his power to her, too?
Oh, because they're Karanam.
Yeah. So I feel like maybe she can take a little help from her boo. Do something with this water.
Yeah, maybe she could join hands with Dorian again, too.
Yeah. She's got water. He's got ice.
I just love how I, like, am spouting out these maybes with you, even though I know it happens.
I know, which I know you're lying to me about, but
I could be, I might not be. I didn't lie to you last week when I said someone maybe unexpected saves Aelin.
Yeah, but you're not going to say a whole damn part and then it be real.
You never know.
That's
I'm a
different.
trickster. I'm a trickster.
I'm a trickster. Yeah. Yeah, so these gods are fucking ruthless, but they leave Erewhon behind and we're fucked. Because Aelin has no power, as you've said, and we still have that motherfucker and Maeve to deal with.
Hell yeah, that sucks.
R.I.P. Elena. Our first death of the section.
Yeah, even though she is dead, but she's gone.
Yeah.
I guess, well, the King of Adarlan's now gone too, so that's 2 people already.
True. Forgot about that nameless motherfucker.
Chapter 98. As Aelin is continuing to be in the in-between worlds, Rowan feels their mating bond begin to tear apart. The pain drives him to his knees, and he wraps his magic around the fraying bond, refusing to let it go. He barely hears Dorian and Kale arguing nearby. Nothing matters except the bond slipping from his grasp. Meanwhile, in the realm of the in-between worlds, the deities pass through the gate into their own world. Some sneer at Aelin as they go, refusing to take Erewhon with them. Only Mala lingers, pausing at the threshold as if remembering who kneels before her descendant, her heir, the bearer of her power. Mala urges Aelin to seal the gate, but Aelin hesitates. She remembered Kaltain's request was to punish them all. I don't think it's necessarily just the gods, but the gods had abandoned Elena and Aurelia because they had believed themselves wrong, and Aelin refused to be their sacrifice. To her surprise, Mala does not stop her. Instead, she offers her a final gift, a kernel of white-hot power, a fallen star, given in honor of what Aelin had done for Elena and for the world. Mala tells her she remembers, and that Aelin's bloodline deserves this last blessing. Mala also reveals what Rowan had done for her. When he redid her tattoo, he secretly wove word marks into it, marks meant to guide her home if she ever became lost between worlds. Aelin hears another voice, one that once asked her, "What if we go on only to more pain and despair?" And she remembers her own answer, then it is not the end. The star's power floods into her, and Mala whispers, "To a better world." Aelin unleashes that power, opening a hell realm within the gods' world and sealing their archway shut behind them. Now she must close the gate forever, and she is not afraid. As she begins the final sealing, she remembers the story that shaped her life. Once upon a time, in a land since burned to ash, there lived a young princess who loved her kingdom. It is not the end. She is a world walker, a wayfarer. Others have found their way home before, and she will too. With her last strength, she hurls her power at the lock and then leaps into the gate. Whoa.
Fucking crazy.
Ugh, I got so emotional reading this chapter. One, from Kaltain's like promise that Aelin is now keeping to her. Then when she remembers the conversation she had with Kale on top of the rooftop in Rifthold when he says, "What if we go on and only more pain and despair is there?" And then she says to him, "Then it is not the end."
Yeah.
And I just love that because there's still fight. You're still here. It is not the end. It is not over. Nor should you let it be over. And then when Mala says "to a better world," I literally just was like crying.
I know. Crazy.
Ugh.
But she gives her a kernel of power.
Yeah, she gives her the tiniest little bit, which I think Aelin says when she's back, you know.
She has like an ember. Yeah.
It's like her will was like this much before, and now she can feel like how much, just like this much instead of like infinite.
Yeah.
But She fucking unleashes the hellhole realm from Crown of Midnight into the God's world, sticks her middle fingers up, shuts them in, and she's jumping through the gate after she locks it to find her way home.
Yep. And Rowan put all those tattoos or the word marks on her. I was like, oh, Rowan. He knew she was going to lie to him.
That was his final deceit.
Yep. He knew it. He's like, I got to do something about this bitch before she leaves me forever.
I know. He's like, I need to have some contingencies here. But also just so interesting that he's talking about the mating bond and how he can feel it slipping and he grasps it and is holding on tight to it, which just reminds me of Feyre and Rhys in A Court of Thorns and Roses. Just so many crossover moments, darling.
Indeed. Especially in this next chapter, darling.
Yes, darling.
Here we go, chapter 99. Aelin was hurled through the collapsing word gate, flung between worlds as they overlapped. She wasn't home yet, only a streak of power shooting through realm after realm. Each world she passed was beautiful and whole, and it broke her heart to see them. She clung to the tether pulling her back. Come back to me. Feeling it strengthen with every plunge. It was Rowan's love, Rowan's bond, guiding her home. She flashed past a glittering city built along a curving river, then a world of rain and wind, and then an endless ocean. She fell into a realm of snow-capped mountains beneath bright stars, where a winged fey male and his pregnant mate stood together. Though invisible, she reached out, and the beautiful male turned, sensing her. A gentle wave of dark power struck her, slowing her fall just enough before she vanished from their worlds. Then she saw it, the mountains of her own continent, the oak-walled forest. She seized the tether and hauled herself home, slamming back into her body. Rowan was kneeling beside her, waiting for her last breath, wishing he could follow her into death. But as the sun rose, a surge of power rushed down the bond. Aelin collapsed to her knees, alive. Rowan caught her instantly, shaking, as Dorian and Kale cried with relief. I came back, she rasped. When Dorian asked what had happened, she cupped her hands. Only a tiny ember of flame appeared. Her fire was gone. Inside, she felt the truth. Her human life had been the cost. She could no longer shift. Only her fey body remained. But she also found she could summon a droplet of water, her mother's gift, perhaps Mala's final blessing, a firebringer no longer, but Aelin all the same. Blew my fucking mind. I was screaming at midnight.
Yes.
Screaming, because I know there's little theories about each book, like the cereal being Caltane or like little crazy things like that, but no way in hell did I think I was going to read it on the fucking page that Rhysand is the one that fucking slows her down enough to basically save her so that she can be pulled into her own world at a slower pace and not fucking fly right by it.
Yeah.
Wild. Mind blown. I was fucking mind blown.
Yes.
And
so
I didn't
good.
read Crescent City, but I know you said there's like a nod to that city too.
Yes.
In here.
I'm not sure if that's right, but it does sound very familiar. One of the worlds she describes.
Yeah, she says
as she's passing through.
A glittering city built along a curving river. Curving river makes sense, like a moon, like a crescent.
Yeah, it just makes sense.
If she describes Crescent City when we start it, well, we already started it, but when we get back to it, if she describes it as a glittering city, I'm going to lose it. I'm going to fucking lose it.
Yeah.
It's
crazy. Yep. A
Crazy.
beautiful male.
And she makes it back home and she's alive. And right before she falls to her knees back into her body, Rowan is literally devastated, like trying to figure out a way to die with her.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, Rowan, hold on for like 2 more seconds.
Right? Imagine it's like a Romeo and Juliet situation.
I wouldn't even have been able to handle it. I would have thrown my book. The first book I would have ever thrown. But I was literally jaw on the ground for this chapter. I told so many people. Everybody that I know that read this, I texted about it. Every single one.
Yep.
I'm like, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. They were like, yep, fucking wild. I swear to God, I think that is the craziest thing I've ever read in fantasy. To get 2 completely different series by the same author and join them in this way, where like you just get it if you read the other books. Like that's fucking insane to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's in-fucking-sane. And nobody can tell me she's a bad writer after this. Nobody can tell me shit about her writing, ever.
No,
Like,
she's a fucking genius
it
with
is
everything she's done.
insane. In-fucking-sane. The
Like,
tandem ring even blew my mind, and now this, I'm
You're in
beside
for
myself.
some more jaw-dropping moments, I will tell you that, darling, and I cannot wait
Oh my
for
gosh.
these new books to come out.
I know. I cannot wait. Now that I know that it's like this fucking crazy, I'm going to be like hoping for Aelin to pop up in one of the next books or something.
I know.
I'm also excited for Crescent City next because I just know there's more goodness. There has to be.
Yep.
I can't believe by October, I'm going to have no more new books to read until the new book comes out by Sarah J. Maas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to go to therapy. What am I going to do?
Probably should be in therapy. It's probably why I'm in all these reading slumps.
Literally. So Aelin's fucking alive. And was Mala's final blessing the water?
I think it was letting her keep that, but also giving her the little kernel of fire power
too.
back.
So she has like an ember and a drop of water.
Yeah. Which I remember, I think, well, in the Call Her Daddy episode, they asked why did Aelin have to lose her power to then have to go fight, the two big bads. And she basically alluded to just because she lost her power doesn't mean she's not powerful and that her power doesn't define her. Like her growth up into this point has shaped her into who she needs to be for that moment.
Yeah.
And I just loved that.
That's awesome. That's amazing. Although I did think she was somehow going to get power back, but now I don't.
No.
Oh, wow. Just fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
I don't even know how I went to bed after that. I was probably up for like another 2 hours. Just fucking hyped after that.
Yes. So I did not get to see Amanda's reactions from chapter 100 to 109. So,
but I did text you pretty much after everyone.
Yeah. So I'll have to hear her thoughts though in real life tonight.
Yes, darling.
All right. Chapter 100. Before dawn, Killian wakes Aedion, telling him it's time to prepare for battle. A week has passed since the 13 sacrificed themselves to halt Marath's advance, buying the armies of Aurelia a single day of rest before the assault resumed. Aedion has recovered from the Valg Prince's wound, and he wakes Lysandra next. Though they haven't shared a bed, they now halt each other in the hallways.
In the hallways.
Something that began after the 13's fall. Lysandra tells him that she is ready for whatever comes. On the battlements, Petra warns that their arrows are running low and suggests leaving some of the lesser covens behind to craft more. Manon agrees, though she is barely holding herself together after losing the 13. She keeps moving because stopping would break her. Ansel approaches Manon, apologizing to her as she also lost most of her own soldiers before Manon arrived. Marath slaughtered them. She offers Manon a future. If Manon breaks the curse, they can share the wastes. Ansel will honor the old witch kingdom borders and keep the rest. She asks Manon to consider it someday. Petra urges Manon to stay off the battlefield and rest, but Manon refuses. No one else rests, so neither will she. Petra gives up and tells her she'll see her out there. Meanwhile, Evangeline races to Dara with a message from Bronwyn. A Kraken. Bronwyn has spotted a siege tower approaching the western wall. It will arrive within a few hours. Evangeline fears it is like the Witch Tower, but they explain it's different, dangerous in its own way. Murtaugh volunteers to go to the Western Gate himself. Dara asks if he's only going to warn them, but Murtaugh insists he handle it. When he disappears, Dara mutters he's an old fool and then turns back to the raging battle.
Here we fucking go.
The
last hurrah.
But basically, like, nothing super crazy happens in this chapter. We're just kind of getting an update after the 13 fell a week ago, which is fucking devastating.
Yeah.
And their sacrifice was huge. It destroyed the last witch tower, which was definitely needed, but it only gave them 1 day of rest before Marath started raging on again in this battle.
Yeah.
They're running out of resources. Petra's like, we're running low on arrows. Like, we need to have some of the lesser covens stay behind to craft some more. Ansel is like trying to be nice to Manon and offers to share the waste, which I'm not sure will go over well one day, but for now, she considers her to consider it.
Yeah.
And Murtaugh has decided that he is going to go and try to hold the Western Gate as everyone is busy. And he's like, us old lords need to be doing something as well. And he's going to go try to stop a siege tower that's coming to the Western Gate, which is not probably the best idea.
Well, Darrow did call him an old fool.
Yes, but one that has been fighting for his kingdom for a long time.
Yeah, for sure. The pride runs deep. All right, chapter 101. Aelin was no longer human, and Rowan hadn't released her from his arms since she returned. Since she'd walked through worlds she would never forget and might always long to see again. When Dorian asked what she would tell the others, Aelin said she would tell them the truth. She apologized for what had happened to his father, and Dorian admitted he had been sorry too. Lorcan noticed her changed form, and Alide asked if the gods were truly gone. Aelin nodded. She would explain everything later. Erewhon remained, his army remained, and she was no longer a firebringer. The group felt no different without gods, though they wondered who, if anyone, would take their place. There was no time to dwell on it. Rowan called for the others to gather. Meanwhile, Dorian, Cale, and Irene discussed the meeting, agreeing it could have gone better. Cale understood the weight of Aelin's guilt. She had sealed the word gate, but Erewhon still lived, so she felt she had failed her promise. Irene insisted they should still be grateful. Dorian realized his once limitless magic now had an end point too. He wasn't sure whether to feel relieved. The memory of Aelin throwing him out was clear, and of his nameless father, and still churned in him. But at least the gates were sealed. Erewhon could never summon his brothers or use the keys to destroy the world. They had saved it. Partly. Now they had to find a way to defeat Erewhon and Maeve with the power Aelin and Dorian had left. Later, Aelin kept the bathwater warm for herself and Alide, but she was quiet. Quiet in the same way she'd been after escaping Maeve. Alide asked if her magic remained. Aelin said yes, but now she could feel the limits without even searching for them. Alide didn't care whether she had magic or not. She asked how Aelin felt about no longer being human. Aelin said she still felt human inside, just without a human body. Alide asked if she was afraid. Aelin admitted she only feared one thing, not reaching Orinth in time. She confessed she hadn't taken Alide's blood oath because she hadn't known what she was doing as a ruler, and hadn't believed she would survive after the lock. Alide gave her Silba's ring. Aelin tried to refuse, but Alide insisted. Borte arrived soon after, reporting that Hazar and Sartok were furious the gods had left Erewhon behind, but Borte had come for Aelin. She wanted to lead Aelin's flank in battle, and whenever Aelin decided her formation, she should expect Borte flying above her. Snow began to fall from the northern sky. None of them cared. They would push forward through the storm, all the way to Orinth's walls. They could only pray the blizzard didn't slow them so much that there would be nothing left to save.
Whoa.
Insane. We're finally making that fucking last push to Orinth. We got Aelin, Dorian, Rowan, Irene, Cale, Fenris, Lorcan, Alide. They're all together and they're all going now with the Coggan army.
Yep.
We just get kind of like a nice scene with Alide and Aelin in this section, which kind of matches what you were saying from Sarah J. Maas in that interview on Call Her Daddy, where Alide's like, I could give two fucks if you have power or not. Like, you're still the most magical person to me, basically.
Yeah.
Aelin is terrified of not really Erewhon or Maeve, but of not getting to Orinth in time and there being nothing to save. And now they got this fucking snowstorm to deal with, which obviously we'll find out what happens there, but there's a lot on her shoulders right now after everything she just fucking went through.
There's a lot. There's always a lot on her shoulders.
I know. It's never fucking ending for her.
This girl needs a fucking vacation.
Legit. She should get the longest massage of her life after this.
Because it's like, I know she's like, I've been running for 10 years and I did this and that. It's like, you were literally like kidnapped by an assassin who made you become an assassin.
8 years old.
And then you went to jail for a year. Like, you haven't had a break, girlfriend.
Literally.
Like,
Insane.
what?
Insane. But she has enough power to warm the baths for her and Allied, so that gives me hope that, she'll have at least some kind of defense in this battle, besides her superior assassin skills.
We'll see.
We shall see. Rowan's going to give her some of his magic.
Yeah. Chapter 102. A small chamber near the Great Hall is prepared for Murtaugh's viewing. Lysandra stands in the doorway watching as Ren kneels before Murtaugh, the man who carried him back after the Valg soldiers cut him down while defending the western wall. Aedion has kept vigil at Ren's side, his hand resting on Ren's shoulder the entire time. Lysandra arrives with Evangeline, refusing to look at Darrow, anyone else who hadn't been brave enough to do what Murtaugh did. Aedion feels like he should have been at the western wall, but Lysandra wipes away his tears and kisses him. The grief turns into desperate emotional makeout session. Aedion realizing he sees her as his partner, his mate. He wants to take things further, but Lysandra tells him tomorrow. If he survives tomorrow, they will continue. Later in a war council, Darrow reports they have enough arrows for 3, maybe 4 more days. Aedion asks about food supply. They have a month's worth, but it won't matter if no one is left to defend the walls. Rolf adds that their fire lances are nearly depleted and may not last through the next day. Manon suggests saving the remaining fire lances for high-ranking Valg who breached the wall. After that, they only have catapults, swords, and their courage. She states that they will keep the Iron Teeth at bay, but they won't be able to assist in defending the walls. Ansel voices the truth everyone fears. In 4 or 5 days, they will be out of everything, and Marath will take their heads. Aedion answers that they will fight until the last one of them falls. In a few days, they will all know they may be nothing more than the feast for the crows. So,
Murtaugh.
R.I.P. Murtaugh, death number 3 in this section alone.
Crazy.
And yeah, things are just really grim in Orinth. This group has had the absolute worst time. Not that anyone else was rainbows and sunshines, but the group that's been here from the beginning in Orinth have been battling since page 1.
Literally.
Section 1. And they are finally, out of supplies, out of weapons. And if a miracle doesn't happen within the next couple of days, they are either going to have to surrender to Marath or they're going to die.
Yeah.
And I think we all know what they're going to pick.
Yeah. Nobody's surrendering to Marath.
No.
Absolute insanity. Mm-hmm. Very sad section. We need some light and brightness to come. We need some hope.
We need some hope.
Chapter 103. A brutal storm stalled the entire army a week south of Orinth, leaving them trapped and losing precious time. Aelin wanted to melt a path through the snow, but even if she did, the army would arrive exhausted and vulnerable. Gavriel confirmed there was no alternate route that wouldn't bring them dangerously close to Perant. Rowan saw how unsettled Aelin was in her new Fae-only body, how she felt like a stranger in her own skin. And though he eased her pain for one night, the haunted look returned the next morning. Then a scout shouted for them to come. The little folk had arrived, accompanied by the Lord of the North, a great white fur stag with fire between its antlers. They told Aelin to follow. They would lead the way through the storm. But they warned her doom was upon Orinth. Their only price was a better world, even for them. The army scrambled to prepare for a forced march north, but before they left, Aelin dragged Rowan into their tent and tore through the books Cale had brought from the south. Hazar might have called her a stupid cow, but Aelin always had options, and she was about to use one. Whatever plan she was forming, Rowan was part of it. They had to move fast, and Aelin began.
Well, we don't know what that plan is by the end of the section, what she's going to do with these books.
But that is exactly what I was thinking. They're going to do something together with their magic.
Forever, you'll be
His magic is her magic. She still has an uncapped well or whatever. There's no tapping out, Aelin. She's got her Karanon bond. She's going to have Rowan's power. Everything's going to be fine, right?
What's yours is mine. What's mine is also mine.
Mm-hmm. something is getting spicy here for sure with them too. But how about the fucking little folk coming to the rescue once again? How many times is this now?
So many.
So many. They
Countless times.
Yes, with the cave, and then even in the beginning, putting flowers by her feet in like the very first fucking book. Besides the little folk though, we see the Lord of the North for the first time since her like visions, right?
Yeah.
Her dreams or whatever they were.
Yeah.
He's here in real life, ready to fucking carry them through the storm on the quickest way to Orinth, because doom is upon Orinth and we need to get there ASAP.
I know, it's crazy. You hear their voice talking.
Yeah, because we haven't heard them yet.
No.
So that's when you know, like, shit is fucking going down. We need to get there ASAP.
Yeah, they spoke to Aelin, but like whispered to her. Like we never heard them speak.
Yeah. The urgency is planted and we are heading that way. But before we head that way, Aelin and Rowan plan something sneaky, and I can't fucking wait to find out what it is next episode.
Yes. Chapter 104. As night falls, Aedion watches Marath's forces pull back. He understands Erewhon's strategy, not to overwhelm them in one glorious final assault, but to grind them down slowly, spirit, strength, and hope, until Terrasen breaks and surrenders completely. Their weapons have lasted 5 days. Now they are gone. Evangeline asks what will happen when the end comes. Lord Darrow answers bluntly, they will either surrender or fight until the last offender is dead. The decision will fall to the Lords of Terrasen. When Darrow asks Evangeline what she would choose, she speaks from the heart. She tells him that she dreamed of living in Caraver, of its gardens, its peace, and calling all of Terrasen her home. Ever since Aelin freed her and Lysandra, Terrasen has meant safety, belonging, and justice, a place where people like her abusers could not thrive. So she chooses to fight, to the very end, for her home. Darrow silently leads her to the gathered crowd. Then he returns the sword of Orinth to Aedion. Then he announces something unexpected. Someone wise reminded him that Terrasen is not just land, but an ideal, a home for wanderers and the wounded, a place that welcomes all. He formally recognizes Caraver and names Lysandra its lady, honoring her courage. Any heir she bears will inherit the land. Lysandra declares Evangeline her heir, and Darrow adds that Evangeline will also inherit his lands, as he has no children of his own. Elsewhere, Manon sits beside Abraxos in the Eyrie Tower, knowing the end is near. Aelin's desperate hope has flickered out. Manon wonders whether Dorian survived, whether he has found the keys, or whether he now marches towards them wearing a collar. She tells Abraxos she wishes she could have seen the waste just once. So another doom and gloom chapter for Orinth folks. The only bright spot of this is our Evangeline, that sweet, sweet girl, who is now a lady of her own, on her own accord.
In two territories.
Yes. But I feel like Lysandra and Aedion, if they survive this war, will have heirs. So I think it's nice that Evangeline is Darrow's heir. And I feel like that is where she would end up ruling, is under Darrow's territory.
Yeah.
But yeah, Evangeline has grown on Darrow, and since he has no heir of his own, his land is now her land.
I love it.
Which I love that for her. She's so sweet and just so thoughtful and brave for someone so young.
Just
so insightful.
Yeah. And Darrow gives Aedion back the Sword of Orinth.
Thank God.
Thank God. He should have never lost it, that fucking idiot, Darrow.
Yeah, he was in a bad mood.
Yeah.
He's just a grumpy old man, and Evangeline has warmed his soul.
Literally.
He needed to see the land through an innocent eyes to realize what he was doing was wrong. He wasn't acting in the ideal of what Terrasen is meant to be.
Exactly.
And so he needed to right his wrongs, and he did immediately.
Yep, he did. And he owned it.
Mm-hmm. Love that. I love accountability.
Yes.
You know who doesn't have that? Aedion.
Well, I don't know. I feel like he kind of does in these last chapters. He's very regretful of his decision making.
Yeah.
But
It took him a long time.
It did.
Even though he realized it way longer before he actually apologized, which is the problem that I have with him.
Also, I just realized this, which kind of makes sense, but all of the men in this book, besides Dorian, Kale, and Adian, are old as fuck and mature as fuck. And Adian is still like a 20-year-old guy.
Yeah.
Even younger. Or is he older than Aelin?
No, he's older than Aelin.
He's older than Aelin. Okay, so he's got to be like early 20s. Of course he's a fucking moron.
Yeah.
Of course he's a goddamn moron. They're all morons at that age.
Of course he's a goddamn moron.
They're morons till they're 40.
I can attest to that. Oh my God, my boyfriend doesn't listen to this podcast. He just watches the clips that I make, so I won't make that into a clip.
There you go. Chapter 105. Marath finally unleashed the full force of its arsenal, and the battlefield became a storm of blood and falling bodies. Arrows tore into Lysandra's flank and wings as Kraken and soldiers alike were cut down under the sudden, furious assault. Lysandra fought relentlessly, killing a Blackbeak, then another, and another, but it was never enough. Witches died, soldiers died, their fragile alliance was burning out in its final desperate hours. Manon and the surviving witches rallied again and again, driving into the Iron Teeth Legion only to be forced back each time toward Orinth's walls. With Astrid and the 13 gone, their strength was dwindling fast. If they kept fighting like this, they would be overrun by nightfall. The order was given to retreat to the city walls, to regroup and use the mountains at their backs as their last defense. Manon blew the retreat horn once, then again, shocking both Iron Teeth and Krakens as she commanded them to fall back. At the same time, the western gates shuddered under the weight of Marath's assault, close to breaking. Civilians fled toward the castle, clutching children, praying they would survive. Lysandra rushed to receive orders to deliver to Manon. Adian kissed her, the woman who should have been his wife, his mate, and told her he would find her again in whatever life came next. Lysandra promised in every lifetime. Then a horn sounded, not Marath's. Aelin appeared at the head of a golden-armored army, Rux soaring overhead as she rode in on the blazing Lord of the North.
Wow.
I can't even imagine how Adian feels in this moment.
Yeah.
Like, they are literally, like, about to doom themselves or deem themselves, like, done for.
Yeah, because I don't think he ever got Aelin's letter.
No.
Because probably all the craziness going on, and he probably never heard about what she did in Aniel to stop the tidal wave, because I don't think any news is really getting to them there.
No, because I think he says in the next chapter or the one after that where he's like, she survived Maeve. Like, he didn't even know that, like, she survived Maeve.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And he's like, they're about to fucking siege the Western Gate, and we're fucked, basically.
This fucking Western Gate.
Yeah. It's weak, it's crumbling, and it's about to break, and there's literally nothing they can do. They're feeling so hopeless, and they're hearing these fucking horns. And look out and notice it's not even Marath, it's fucking Aelin coming in on the Lord of the North. On the Lord of the North.
Yeah.
Terrasen's symbol.
Mm-hmm.
They're all fighting. Every single one of them's fighting. Every single one of them is feeling defeated, pretty much. Even Manon and the Blackbeaks. Lysandra in her wyvern form is being taken down. Her flanks are being taken down. Witches are dying. Soldiers are dying. Everyone's just like...
Everyone's dying.
Yeah. Everyone's in full regrets right now. But the battle rages on.
Yes. Chapter 106. After 6 relentless days of marching through the hidden paths of Oakwald and the Peranth Mountains, Aelin's army, led by the Lord of the North and the Little Folk, finally reaches Orinth. They have traveled light, stopping only when absolutely necessary, and even the Rukin scouts avoided flying ahead for fear of being detected. At dawn, the Lord of the North kneels before Aelin, offering himself as her mount. As she rides, soldiers bow their heads. Even Kale and Dorian incline theirs. She wears her battle crown, the armor she gathered in Aniel, and every spare weapon Lorcan and Fenris could arm her with. When Aelin sees Orinth again for the first time in 10 years, her heart breaks. The once glittering white city is now smoke, ruin, and chaos. The turquoise Florine River runs black. Marath's army is far larger than she imagined, and Orinth looks small and fragile before it. But she also sees the Kraken witches. Manon had kept her word. Aelin orders Lorcan to sound the call. His horn blast echoes across the plain, answered by the horns of the cognate. Aelin draws Goldrin and her shield, blazing with light. Princess Hazar and Prince Cassian lower their spears towards the enemy, and Rowan is ready. The entire host surges forward. They charge into Marath's army, knowing the first impact will be brutal. The front lines must hold. There is no other option. Marath's archers fire, but the Rooks swoop in, taking the brunt of the attack to protect the army. Then shields of ice and wind tear into Marath's ranks, leaving them exposed just as Aelin's golden army crashes into them with the force of a tidal wave.
She's here. Our girl
She's
is here.
They're making an entrance, but I was just so devastated when the archers come, and I know like that's what needed to be done, but with the Rooks all being hit and like falling and dying, I was like,
I know.
Fuck, that's terrible.
It's going to be a tough sound in the graphic audio one day.
I will never listen to that. I am devastated still from the fucking Griffins.
Oh, the Griffins.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, I'm like, I called you bawling my eyes out in the car.
Literally. She was like, this is so sad.
I can't. It's devastating.
I know, it is devastating.
But yeah, Lord of the North, she's riding in. They're ready. They're as ready as they're ever going to be. Though, what perplexed me is you knew that there was 100,000 of Marath soldiers here.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a little perplexed when she was like, I didn't realize how big this army was going to look. Like, what did you think 100,000 soldiers was going to look like?
Literally.
I would think it would look really big.
Yeah. I can't even picture what that looks like. 100,000 people.
But I'm not going to think it's looking smaller than it is.
No.
So that was the only thing that was kind of crazy. But yeah, they're in it. They're in the battle. They're here and they're fighting their way to the fucking gates.
Chapter 107. Aelin appeared at the head of the Golden Army host, Rooks soaring overhead as she rode in on the blazing Lord of the North. Rowan fought beside Fenris and Lorcan, the three of them fulfilling their queen's only order to protect Terrasen. Above them, Rooks, led by Borte, clashed with wyverns, while Lysandra shifted into wyvern form to join Manon and the Krakens in crushing the Iron Teeth between them and the Rucken. Dorian and Kale fought at Aelin's side, Kale bringing the Cognate army with him, but still Marath pressed on, the western gate close to buckling. Aelin's magic was already draining as she neared the city, forced to conceal what little she had left. When wyverns headed for Borte, and then to her, she leapt from the stag and shielded it with fire, only for Lysandra in wyvern form to appear and help her. A frantic horn called from the city, signaling danger at the southern gate, and Lysandra grinned at Aelin before they raced toward it. Rowan, Lorcan, and Fenris fought their way after her, spotting Aelin and Lysandra turning catapults toward the siege towers just as Ansel of Briarcliff did the same, a move Aelin took from Sam Cortland himself. Twin boulders soared, smashing into the towers, and Lysandra, in wyvern form, snatched Aelin from the collapsing watchtower before flinging the last catapult into the last siege tower. Overhead, Nezrin and Sartok battled wyverns, only to spot a second Marath host emerging from Peranth, hidden until now to trap Terrasen's forces against Orinth's walls. Adian saw the western gate finally give, soldiers pouring through, until a wyvern crashed down as if to block the opening, while Adian's father leapt from its back and ran toward him. We are in it now.
We're in the battle.
We are in the battle. It's not looking good for us. Even though Aelin's here now and fighting her way to the wall, she's still battling like a crazy person. Rowan, Lorcan, Fenris, they're all going nuts. The Western Gate finally gives in this chapter, and there's nothing they can do at this point. The soldiers are now pouring in.
Mm-hmm.
So Adian's just thinking, holy shit, I have to find a way to fucking close this gate or we're all gonna die. And before he can even make a move, this wyvern comes out of nowhere and kind of blocks the gate. And then there's a soldier just running towards them. And who is the soldier? Gavriel.
Daddy.
Adian's dad is here and has saved them for now from more soldiers pouring into the castle with the wyvern.
Mm-hmm.
But God, are we doomed? They are sending their calls to Aelin basically to get the fuck to the city as soon as she can. And she hears it, and she's on her way with Lysandra. Rowan and Lorcan see them and see what they're doing and kind of try and get after them and get as close as they can to her, and Fenris as well. And that's what we're doing right now. We're trying to save this fucking gate from staying open and more soldiers pouring in.
Mm-hmm.
And getting everyone safely behind the gate is the
Yes.
mission at the moment.
Yes. My last chapter of the night. Chapter 108. Marath's soldiers swarm over the fallen wyvern, blocking the passage, clawing their way through the archway. A fragile golden shield holds them back, but not for long. Gavriel reaches Adian first, asking if he's hurt. Adian only manages to say that they found Aelin. Gavriel confirms that she sealed the word gate, but Erewhon Erewhon is still alive. He urges Adian to rest, warning that he'll die like the others if he doesn't. But Adian insists he must close the gate. Gavriel tells him that they will close it together, father and son. But instead of joining Adian, Gavriel walks straight to the gate. Adian realizes what he intends, and Gavriel orders him to close it. He then uses his shield to push Marath's soldiers back and goes with them. The Bane slam the door shut behind him. Adian panics. He races up the battlements just in time to see Gavriel's shield's light flicker out. When he looks over the edge, he sees a heap of dead Valg and Gavriel among them. Rowan finds Gavriel's body. He kneels beside him and says, "I hope you found peace, my brother, and in the afterworld, I hope you find her again." Then he carries him back into the city where Adian waits at the foot of the stairs. Adian's grief will come later. They have no time. The second wave of the battle is coming. Marath's next assault includes 20,000 soldiers and 6 Karankui. Rowan reaches for his wound, but it has sealed. He cannot fly to Aelin. He must find Lorcan and Fenris and reach her before it's too late. Even with the gods gone, he finds himself praying. They have survived this long against prophecy and reason. He digs his knife deeper, searching for the iron shard lodged inside of him. He has to hurry.
Oh, Gavriel.
R.I.P. Gavriel.
It's like crazy how she even describes his body, like his throat slit and he has like a gauging hole in it. I'm like, oh my God.
He was literally taking on all those Valg soldiers by himself. And he took out so many of them that they are retreating from the gate once it's closed again because of his sacrifice. And I'm sick of people fucking sacrificing themselves that I like.
I know. Of course he was going to do that for his son, though.
Of course, but Adian's like, he could have stayed. And I kind of agree with Adian on this one, which is shocking. Like, he could have pushed them back enough with his shield for the Bane to then close the gate, with Gavriel still behind the door.
Yeah.
But Gavriel did not feel that that was the case. So he kept pushing them back and back and back. I guess it was the safer option, but I feel like they could have found a way for him to stay safely behind the gate. But
yeah.
now maybe he'll find Adian's mommy in the afterworld and they can be together finally.
I hope so. It's so sad.
And meanwhile, there's no time for tears. There's no time for sadness over Gavriel's death because another batch of the army, as we know from your chapter, is coming, but now they see them. And with them are the Valg princesses. The 6 Karankui have arrived in Orinth.
Yep, they have arrived, darling.
And tell us who else is here.
Here we go. The last chapter of this episode, chapter 109. Kale's back ached, but he ignored it as he and Dorian rode hard into Orinth. Night was falling, and they knew Marath would not wait until dawn to strike. A warning horn cut across the battlefield. Marath was accelerating its assault, sensing Terrason's defenses were nearly spent. Kale and Dorian exchanged a grim look before returning to the battlements with the cognate army bracing for the storm about to break over them. Aelin paused only long enough to drink a mouthful of water while a healer tended Ansel's wounded arm. Both women knew they had to reach the southern gate before it closed. Aelin ordered a Dargan soldier to take Ansel inside, watching until her friend made it through the gate. The gate groaned shut behind her. Rowan was nowhere in sight. Aelin took that as a blessing. Standing before her city, hand over her heart, she thought of every road that had led her here, every sacrifice, every loss. Softly, she whispered her story to herself. Once upon a time, in a land since burned to ash, there lived a young princess who loved her kingdom. Inside the city, Irene paused her healing long enough to meet Elide and find Darrow. A second army was approaching, Maeve and Erewhon together, 6 Karakui leading their front lines. Lysandra appeared desperate for a way to evacuate civilians, especially Evangeline, through the mountains. But Darrow, stunned by the approaching host, could not answer. The enemy drew closer, led by the Valg, king and queen. Then Evangeline cried out for them to look. Aelin Galathinius stood alone between Maeve, Erewhon, and her city. Lysandra knew Aelin had no magic left, nothing but will. Still, Aelin lifted her sword, flames running down the blade. There were whispers along the battlements rising into a roar. The queen had come home at last to hold the gate. Oh,
Dun, dun, dun.
This is insane. This is insane. She has no magic. She's by herself. Everyone's behind the gate. And here comes not only an army of Valg soldiers, but 6 Karankui Valg princesses. God knows how many Valg prince are mixed with the soldiers. And Erewhon and Maeve themselves, the Valg king and queen.
Yep.
What is she going to do, Megan? What is she going to do?
It is time for the final countdown. It is time.
After a whole year. I wonder when the first episode came out. What was the date?
Oh, hold on.
Was it in March?
It was March.
Because we finished, what was it, Onyx Storm?
Onyx Storm, yeah. Let me see. Let me check YouTube.
Yeah, because that came out end of January, so it must have been like March.
Let's see. March 30th,
Wow.
2025.
So legit a whole year.
Yeah, over a year.
Weeks, exactly. That's fucking insane. We're about to be done. Next episode, I'm going to fully have read Throne of Glass. I cannot believe it. I cannot fucking believe it.
It's a completed series, too. It's your first completed series.
I know. I can't.
I know.
I cannot fathom this. It went by so slow, but also so fast.
So slow, but also so fast. Yeah. I don't understand how that was a year ago.
How?
I feel like it was maybe a couple of months ago that we started this journey.
Yeah.
But my hair had blonde in it, and I was like literally 60 pounds heavier. So,
and I look exactly the same. I can't. I'm just funny. Like baffled, but also I don't know. Something crazy is gonna happen, and I don't even know what I can predict. Besides, I think that Rowan is gonna give her some of his power. They are planning something. That's what I'm guessing.
We will find out very soon.
He's tricky with the word marks too. Maybe he knows how to fucking reopen the gate to send them back. I don't fucking know. Something crazy is going to happen with the word marks though, and Rowan and their power, and it's just going to be an epic ending.
It is an epic conclusion, and I cannot wait for you all to finish next week.
Wow. Well, for now, darlings, that's all we have for you today. Please let us know what you think by leaving us a review and comments on any of the platforms you are listening/watching on, or on our social media pages. This helps tremendously to get the word out and lead more listeners to find our show and tune in. And come join our book club Discord. You can find the link in our bios on Insta and TikTok. And we are discussing The Night Prince by Lauren Palferman this Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And The City of Gods and Monsters by Kayla Edwards next month. We love chatting with you guys, so don't be shy.
Don't forget to email, follow, subscribe, rate us 5 stars, and tell all your friends about us. And we hope the rest of your day is blissful. Bye!
Thank you so much for listening. Join us next time for the epic conclusion of Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas, featuring chapters 110 to A Better World. Happy reading!